What's up, fam? This is Jonathan Stein, continuing with drum sound design using the GOAT operator. Let's make some snares this time, kind of some clap snare things in that world, and show you how to make different variations. So more or less a default operator. It's going to start as more or less a sine wave. So put in a note, kind of in the upper mids maybe. C3 is probably fine. And right off the bat, we have a sine wave, but we're going to get back to the sine wave. Let's make a second oscillator that is white noise. This is where noise becomes really important. And I wasn't too far off. I'm just going to make this a long note so that it's really all about decay. But in general, you're probably going to want your decay and release to be the same, so that no matter how long the MIDI note is, it's always the same drum sound. All right, somewhere around there. This is not a snare, this is a hi-hat right now. That's already more snare-like. Now we have this note. This is another way you could do it, by the way. It'd be like a very plopped snare. And then once again, same thing with the kick. If you want to make this thing punchy, make this as big as possible. We'll figure out the decay time. That'll make it just kind of smack more. And then it's about finding the blend of these two elements. You're definitely going to want more noise than tone. Cool. We have a very interesting kind of 70s snare right now. Since these are pretty sunk up, I'm just going to use the time knob here now. That's sounding very trap-like right there. Spread, why not? We could try bandpass filter too. I'm going to keep this just a low pass. Yeah, that's definitely better. And now we're going to get some other elements involved, like glue compressor, get some clipping going. Yeah, see what happens when you keep stacking these, you're going to keep adding density to the transient. And then once again, we'll kind of this will put us more into that clap territory if we do that. That might be a little too extreme, so instead I'm just going to do this more of a manual way with EQ8. That's our fundamental sine wave. We might want to move that higher now. So you can see there's just a lot of trial and error that happens here. Or even move that deeper, like that. Turn it down relative to the noise. Tighter. All these little things will kind of just add up to a good result. Maybe drum bust so we could shape the transient. Yeah? It's a little oversized now though. And there you go, I'll tame the lows now. Really focus on making this have a nice crack. And then we could do things like, if we wanted to make this sound more like, you know, the classic 808 clap, we could do essentially a quick little Haas effect to this. I believe zero feedback will do a left and a right, and that's it. And I could actually unsync these. And now what we'll do is we'll just have one that's really close, and the other one is just a little further away. There you go. Awesome. Reverb's built in here, that's just kind of a wild card. Now we just turned our snare into a clap. A little more articulate here. And now we have a nice clap sound. And now this is back to like a trap style snare. So you can see it's all really possible here. There's infinite drum sounds you can make, just kind of configuring between soft clipping, EQing, and kind of finagling these things going on with operator. With snares, it's really going to be mostly about the noise oscillator, and then you could also add a fundamental pitch with a sine wave as well. So have fun with that. I will talk to y'all soon. Stay Swess. Much love.